Nobody thinks they are wasting their life. That is the problem. They think they are just getting through this week, just surviving this month, just waiting for things to settle down before they start living the way they actually want to live. And then 10 years pass. The most dangerous thing about a wasted life is that it does not feel like one while it is happening. It feels like normal. It feels like responsible. It feels like patience. And by the time most people realize what has been happening, they have already spent the majority of their best years on things that never actually mattered to them. This video is about how to stop doing that. The first shift is understanding what time actually is. Most people treat time like it is a resource they have plenty of. They spend it carelessly. They trade it for comfort without thinking. They give it away to people and things that never deserved it in the first place. But time is not like money. You cannot earn more of it. You cannot save it and use it later. Every single day that passes is gone permanently. And the version of you that existed in that day, the energy, the youth, the specific window of opportunity that day contained, gone with it. The people who live well are not the ones with the most time. They are the ones who stop pretending they had more of it than they do. When you genuinely internalize the fact that your time is finite, not as a concept, but as a felt reality, your priorities rearrange themselves automatically. Things that once felt urgent stop feeling important. Things you have been postponing stop feeling optional. The second shift is learning the difference between being busy and actually living. Most people are incredibly busy, and most people are not actually living. Busy is answering emails at 10 at night. Busy is filling every hour with activity, so you never have to sit with the question of whether any of it actually means anything to you. Busy is the most socially acceptable way to avoid your own life. Living is different. Living is doing things that matter to you, not just things that are expected of you. Living is having conversations that go somewhere real. Living is building something you care about. Living is being present enough in your own life to actually feel it while it is happening. The research on this is consistent and sobering. Studies on what people regret most at the end of their lives rarely point to work they did not do or money they did not make. They point to relationships they neglected, experiences they postponed, versions of themselves they never gave themselves permission to become. The third shift is deciding what your life is actually for. Most people have never answered this question directly. They have inherited an answer from their environment. Work hard, be responsible, retire, rest. And they follow that path without ever asking whether it is actually the path they would choose if they were choosing freely. What do you want your life to have been about when you look back at it? That is not a question to answer quickly, but it is the most important question you will ever sit with. Because every decision you make about how to spend your time is either moving you toward that answer or away from it. And most people spend their entire lives moving away from it, not because they chose to, but because they never stopped to ask. The fourth shift is starting before you feel ready. One of the most common ways people waste their lives is by waiting to begin living them, waiting until they have more money, more time, more certainty, more permission from a world that is never going to give it. The life you want does not start when the conditions are perfect. It starts when you decide, despite the imperfect conditions, that you are done waiting. Every day you do not make that decision is a day spent building someone else's version of your life instead of your own. That is what it means to spend your time wisely. Not optimizing every hour. Not eliminating everything enjoyable in the name of productivity. Just being honest about what actually matters to you, and making sure your days reflect that honesty more often than not. If this video added something to your day, hit the like button and subscribe. More videos like this drop every week, and every single one is built to shift something in the way you think. You're not here to simply exist. You're here to actually live. Go do that.